Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the 360 Sports Show. We are coming to you live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I'm Ada Pizzelli. He is Christian Lauber. You can reach us anytime in the comment sections of any of those live streams. And if you can't catch the show live, you can catch it as a podcast through Sounder FM or wherever you get your podcasts from. Christian, how are we feeling today here on Tuesday, August 30th, the eve of the NFL season? Are we feeling positive? Are we feeling good?
No. Are we ever feeling good and positive? Yes, actually, on occasion.
On occasion. I'm positive that football's starting. I don't know how positive I'm going to be about New England Patriots football. What say you?
I'm looking forward to Chargers football.
Oh, okay. So you're looking forward to a decent regular season, disappointing special teams, and somehow blowing a playoff game or something like that.
As opposed to pure disappointment and under 500? Yep.
All right, so we did the Browns schedule as part of an exercise last week about just how the terrible situation that they find themselves in. And I think we found that it's time to maybe revisit the New England Patriots schedule. They go 1-2 in the preseason. They lose on a last-second field goal to the Giants. They beat the Panthers at home, and then they lose on the road to Vegas, 23-6. Starting units, I mean, defense looks like it might. Of all the things, the defense the defense I think looks better than we thought it would look. It's scary how bad the offense has looked.
The defense looks better than the offense, which is bad.
That's I guess, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Compared to what we expected coming into this year. So let's revisit their schedule quickly here. I think we were both kind of in the ballpark of like 9 wins when we initially did this, when the schedule came out. But
yeah,
that
was wrong.
Before we got to see any on-field product. So let's redo this now, shall we? And we'll count the wins. I'll tick them off here. Season opener at Miami.
Loss.
I agree. At Pittsburgh.
Loss.
Home versus Baltimore.
Loss.
Oof, 0-3.
Good start.
At Green Bay.
Loss. Yeah.
0-4. Versus Detroit. Sunday, October 9.
Woo! We got a W.
We are 1-4. At Cleveland. I say win.
I don't know what I said for the Browns, but I'm kind of feeling loss. I probably said Browns would have lost this game last week, but hey, you know what?
Yeah, we can run the tape if we want. Home versus Chicago.
Loss.
Nah, I don't think. I think they can beat the Bears.
Bears.
I've got 3-4. You got 1-6. Jets. That's a win.
Where is it?
At New York.
Loss.
1-7. Christians, talk about negativity. Now, I've got 4-4. I will say this. That's like in a
They're
vacuum.
going to be 4-4.
Oh, I was gonna say that's in a vacuum. Like, do I think this team could lose 4 straight and then keep it together to then win 4 straight? I mean, obviously those first 4 games were really tough. Next 4 games are easier. I don't know. I said this. I worry about a slow start and what it could do to this team. One more, because then we have the bye week. So this is really gonna be your first half of the season. Home versus Indy.
Loss.
I agree. So I've got 4 and 5. You've got 1 and 8 to start the year.
I think they could probably get 1 of 2 of the Browns, or I'll say win against the Browns. How about that? But I think they could get the only chance they have is the Jets, the Browns, and the Bears. I think,
and the Lions.
and the Lions.
So all right. So then let's say this: between 3 and 4 wins to
But
start.
they're not going to win them all. So I would say between 2 and 3.
Then you come off the bye week, home versus the Jets. I think you win that.
Win, yeah.
Yeah. So
Feels
we're
like
at 5-3. At Minnesota.
Loss.
I agree. Home versus Buffalo.
Can they get off the field?
At Arizona.
Loss.
Right now, it's hard to pick. At Vegas.
Loss.
Home versus Cincinnati.
Loss.
Home versus Miami.
Win.
On the road, season finale at Buffalo.
I would say this might be winnable because the Bills will probably be so far out in front that they're going to gift you one.
Yep. You just that's what I was gonna say. Is that more likely than not the Bills are arresting everybody, and you're playing for pride? Maybe. So it's somewhere between 7 and 5 wins is where we fall. Not good.
How many?
7 and 5. Like I'm giving them more credit in some spots, which is I'm one to do.
No,
But
and
we
I'm
both
not.
and you're not. Shocker. So you've got 5 wins, I've got 7 wins.
Yeah.
That ain't good. That ain't gonna cut it in the AFC this year,
Not.
folks. And like I said, if they start 1 and 5, or they start 0 and 4 or 1 and 3 again, 1 and 4, 1 and 5. I don't know. I do not know how long it lasts. Nick says, I can't wait for the Pats to tank and get the first overall pick to take a lineman out of Eastern Tennessee, first overall. Yeah, get ready for that. I don't know. I mean, listen. We both can agree. We hope this doesn't happen.
Hope has
But
nothing to do with it.
Hope don't do much. So I'm definitely, I started the year small C concerned. Started the offseason small C concerned. It became it's lowercase c. That was a big C. That's a big, bold, capital, underlined C. Very, very concerned for this team. Because they when I was watching that Raiders game, they looked frustrated. Like, it's not like hey, we just didn't execute a play, like, whatever. Hey, it's all good. Like, we know we're going to be good. It was genuine frustration.
Because the reports out of there are some of these players are looking around like, what the hell are we doing? And why are we listening to these two coaches, aka Judge and Patricia? Wow, who would have thought that these two loser coaches came back here and now people aren't listening to them because they're trying to incorporate something new and fresh, the stretch run, the Shanahan offense, the style. But yeah, it's not good. And I think it starts there with the coaching.
Do you think, now we're both looking at it in the negative, the flip side, they start well. They start 3-1, 5-2. Does this coaching thing go away? Like, will winning, like, and once we got live bullets flying and if the games mean something and it's for real and they get out there and they actually say, could win some of the early games, does that dispel all this and it lets it go away? Because I think you lose, it festers. It just grows all year long. You win early on, this storyline goes away.
I'll be honest with their schedule here early on in the first 5 weeks. I see no way that happens, that they go over 500. I really don't. With what we've seen in training camp and heard in training camp, unless they absolutely just dumb it down for the offense, and they could, I guess, theoretically steal Miami. But beyond that, the Packers, forget about it. Cincinnati, there's a lot of games in here that I just give them no shot, at least as of now. And especially I'm factoring the fact that I think if they go 1-3 or 1-4, then the players will start tuning stuff out. So like full board. We have already seen Kendrick Bourne and Trent Brown get benched, and who's the other tackle? Why can't I think of his name? Isaiah Wynn. He's already annoyed about where he's playing and what he's doing. The rookie tackle that they drafted in the first round, he stinks so far. He's getting ragdolled by Raiders backups, and it could be a disaster early. And also, Mac Jones, from all accounts, has regressed here to start.
Which isn't good, because we were hoping for the year 2 jump from him. And that
is him, but I put it on the coaching. I really do. If McDaniels is here, we're seeing a jump. I truly believe that. I have my gripes with McDaniels. I'll say this over and over again. The play calling, some of the stuff was questionable. As a coordinator and a guy that can game plan with a quarterback and get you in a good place, yeah, he's far and away better than the other two Bobos that they have right now. I mean, seriously.
I have a little like mini rant that I have to get off my chest, because I listened to a lot of sports radio today. Today was cut day. I don't know how much you want to talk about that. I didn't really see. There's not many surprises to me. J.J. Taylor didn't make the team. Oh my God.
Well, I'm a little upset about little Jordan Humphrey. I thought he had a good camp in preseason. Maybe he's on the practice squad, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's the other thing too, is like some of these guys like got cut today, could very well be back tomorrow. Because there's some guys that make the roster, will be IR'd so that they can be designated, like Tyquan Thornton will be probably IR'd so that he can be
maybe as well
designated to return, if necessary. And then that opens up a roster spot, and then somebody that you just cut can come right on back through the door.
Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of like, unless there was like a big shocking cut, I didn't really see the need to go too in depth with the cuts. But I mean, elsewhere in the league, there's been cuts. There's first round picks getting cut.
Again, this hopefully, if Belichick decides that he wants to have a season, maybe he'll go get one of these guys that could help.
Yeah, but if they just got cut, if you're a rookie first round pick who just got cut.
Yeah, it could be a poor situation though. Who knows? I mean, not that here's going to be much better, but you need help on defense, cornerback position, offensive line. There's help to be had, and if a first round pick, maybe he flashes. Who knows?
True. And Bill loves his value.
True.
But I wanted to get this something on my. I feel like I've probably had this rant before, but it's just every now and again it keeps coming up.
It's been hashed, yeah.
All I hear, half of the discussion today still revolves around Tom Brady, and it's so annoying. It's long gone. The dude's not coming back through that door. He's gone. Whatever happened, and there's truth on both sides of Bill pushing him out or Brady wanting out, and he was willing to stay here, but Bill didn't want to do this and blah, blah. Let's just play the game. Okay. Because people, all right, you wanted, well, you could have still had Tom Brady here. Okay. Let's just la la land. Substitute 2020 Cam Newton, we have Tom Brady. 2021, instead of Mac Jones, you have Tom Brady. Do the Patriots win a Super Bowl either one of those years? I don't think so. Probably not. Did you win a Super Bowl either of those years with those other two quarterbacks? No. Would you be any closer to winning a Super Bowl this year with Tom Brady?
Yes.
Probably maybe this year. Maybe this year.
Tom Brady has been in the league long enough that he could cover up all the crap that comes from the coaching staff. So
Yeah. Well, I think probably McDaniels is still here if you have Tom here.
I don't know about that. Maybe though.
Maybe. Your odds are better this year. And we don't know what this year will look like completely yet. But let's just look at the last 2 years. And we can say with a lot of certainty now, this is Brady's final year. He's got the TV deal. Like, he's 45. This is what he wanted to play to. This had kind of been his number. So he's going to retire at the end of this year. So basically, if you really wanted to hitch your wagon to the final years of Tom Brady, you got 3 years. I don't really think they were going to win a Super Bowl in these 3 years with the rosters they've had and the deficiencies in either last year at the end on defense and all over the place in 2020. And in a way, it's like, yes, does it suck that you didn't have like a perfect transition from Brady to somebody else? Of course. You wanted to have the Montana to Steve Young, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. You wanted that. But like, there was going to be a lull either way. So if you think Mac Jones could be a guy, a starter, and your guy, then you have him. And it's not about like weighing him in these first few years against what Brady's doing in Tampa. It's like, are we building something? The frustration, I think, is that with this whole offensive change, it feels like you're hitting the reset button completely. And if that's what it is, that's a little annoying. But you had one terrible year, and then you got a first-round quarterback, a guy you think you can build around. That like doesn't always happen for teams. Some of these teams are in like squalor for decades. So I'm just and it wouldn't matter if Brady was here or not, because then what would happen? He'd retire, and you'd probably be exactly where you are anyways. So wouldn't you rather just like get into the muck now and work your way through it? I think if they hadn't spent a boatload of cash last year and kind of like elevated expectations, we would just look at it as a team that's got a young quarterback that's drafting, that's hoping to be good in 4 years.
That's drafting. Yeah, good one.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, I know, but you understand what I'm saying, like,
yeah,
I don't know where this pressure for them to win a Super Bowl is coming from. Like, who expected that?
Well, maybe it's not. I disagree. I just don't interpret it like you. Now, I didn't listen to the radio, so maybe they're talking about exactly what you're saying. But I think that people bringing up Tom Brady just has more to do with the fact that everybody's losing trust in Belichick to have a plan in anything. And whether that's the coaching staff, it blows this year. It does. It blows. And he's got his 2 kids on the defensive side or on the coaching staff who knows if they're any good. Gerard Mayo, I guess, is going to be probably a head coach here soon, so you're going to lose him. And then on the offensive side, you hired your 2 friends. And then the roster, you cut another tight end that you just drafted, Devin Asiasi. He's gone. The drafting has not been good. Cole Strange doesn't look like he's nearly ready yet. That's a first-round pick. So it just goes, the beat goes on. And I think if you go 500 again, Bill should be on the hot seat, and he should be on the hot seat in the middle of the year if I'm Robert.
Okay, so that's all fair. I'm just sick. Can we stop talking about Tom Brady in regards to all this? Criticize the team, criticize Bill. We're both willing to do that. But like this constantly circling back, the people who want to constantly circle back to like this not having a plan, or Brady, would have still been here. If Brady had just retired, what would we be saying? I mean, like, that's how you have to treat it. Like, the dude he left. He's gone. And it's like, I don't understand why people want to keep circling back to that.
I think you just get triggered by hearing the name Brady, when in reality, the point does kind of make sense, because I don't think you would be in this big of a hole this year if you had Tom Brady. And
but you're proving my point. You're saying he would cover up the deficiencies.
Yeah,
so then great.
The last 20 years.
So you're covering up deficiencies to win, 10 games instead of only 7, and accomplish what? Have like a year like you did in 2019 and losing the divisional round?
You want to watch Cam Newton win 7 games? By all means. I'd rather watch Tom Brady play football. That's just me. So I understand your point. I'm tired of talking about it.
But then there's no plan, Christian. If you're just riding out Brady because we love Brady, then where's the plan?
You have a plan in the background like you did with Jimmy G.
Yeah, but now that's
while Tom Brady's still here, instead of okay, we're gonna boot Brady out the door and then
That's
sign
8
Cam
years
Newton
ago. They
to
drafted him
people under
8
500.
years ago, though. Like
I'm saying,
we also have to be past the Jimmy G
saying
thing.
another guy.
Okay.
There should have been another guy, not Jarrett Stidham. There should have been another guy there, ready and
Okay,
waiting.
so they
You
should have drafted a
quarterback.
quarterback in the first round. And you tell me you wouldn't have gone ballistic that they were drafting a quarterback?
First round, third round. That's where Garoppolo was, wasn't he?
Well, that's what they got Stidham.
Yeah, and he sucks.
Okay, so
again,
you
you're talking about identifying talent.
So where were they supposed where are they supposed to?
talking about
Where's this
Brady.
plan? Where was the plan supposed to come from?
Exactly. You're tired of talking about Brady, but it all comes back to Belichick and Brady, the two that have this 20-year run. And now you're left with Belichick, who apparently just can't do anything anymore. And Brady's just winning Super Bowls at other places.
Hey, if you want to fire Bill, I'm for that. I'm fine with just
Oh,
beep
yeah.
beep beep.
I'm
Reset the whole thing. I'm down. Like what the Celtics did. Trade the big three. Get rid of your coach. Bring in a new coach. 5-year plan, baby. Let's rebuild this thing. Tear it down and rebuild.
What I'm saying is, if you gave Brady a contract, I'm in the mindset of, okay, let's work with Mac Jones now. But if you gave Brady a contract 3 years ago, it would have looked a lot better.
Yeah, sure, it would have looked better. I don't think it really would have changed what you wound up winning. You win a few more games in 2020, and you maybe you actually win a playoff game. Maybe the Bills actually crap themselves because they're still playing Tom Brady, right? Maybe because your defense was pathetic in the playoffs last year. So really, I don't see that much changing. It looks better. It feels better. I don't think you're any closer to being ready for the future. Colin says BB has done everything he can to not only confuse his offensive line, but also to anger them, giving them not only an asshat for a new coach, but one who doesn't know how to coach the position in a new style offense to boot.
100%.
I agree. Can we just stop circling back to Brady? It's really, if Mac Jones sucked,
Just
like
for the record, I
like
didn't do this
like
stuff.
I know you didn't.
You did this yourself.
I did this to myself. Connell says, but also doing things like swapping Trent Brown to the left side after getting him to agree to right tackle money at an already incentivized rate.
And now Isaiah Wynn's pissed. So now your two tackles, whom you have no backups for, are both pissed off. So you're going to go into the season with Mac Jones as your quarterback, who already is sped up, going against his own team, by the way, not even other teams. He's sped up in practice with two tackles that are pissed off. Brilliant.
Do you think anything can change? My rant's over, by the way.
This year?
I feel like I got it. Yeah. Do you think anything can change in the 2 weeks? There's like 2 weeks between now and their first game. Can anything change?
I take the coaches and I fire them, and then I rip the new program or whatever offense out, and I throw in last year's offense, and I put Brian Hoyer as my offensive coach, and you're off and running. Because what's different this year? The personnel is almost identical. If not, you got a little bit better with Parker and Jonnu Smith another year in, hopefully.
Yeah.
So what else? What else changed? The scheme and the people coaching it.
I think there's the slightest bit for them to
Joe
grasp
Judge-
some more, but I don't think
No.
it's going to be that much better.
I don't think the guys coaching it know what they're doing. So I think Joe Judge and Matt Patricia should be on the not list for the rest of the year until they win a game, which could be like week 16. So we'll see.
Not list until they win a game. Okay. We'll write that down. Or wait, are you maybe... No, we can't put the Patriots in the ball locker because...
I think the only way they beat Miami and these teams early on is if they don't do anything they did in the last month and tell Mac that he should be in shotgun. I think that's the only way they win.
If Julian Edelman unretires and comes to the Patriots, does that change anything? There's been whispers of that today.
No, no. Julian Edelman ain't coming to save this team. Unless he's playing offensive line and he can play two positions, no.
What if he becomes offensive coordinator?
Like, if you just look at some of the tweets and stuff by the guys that are actually at the game watching it and dissecting it, it's a disaster. It really is a disaster on offense, which I never would have thought. 3 months ago, I would have said, now the coaching is what it is, but I would have said Mac Jones is making a jump in year 2. There's no doubt about it. He was the one bright spot in that Bills game, him and Kendrick Bourne, and now Bourne is getting benched, and Mac is regressing because of coaching.
Yeah. Well,
it's going to be a fun year.
We gotta wait a few weeks, and then we'll get to see how bad it is for real.
I think we got a lot of 1:00 games this year, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's true. You can get it over with and then enjoy the rest of the day. Not feel like you stayed up all night just to watch a team get blown out. All right, let's do hot and not.
It's time for hot.
Hot.
You want to talk about hot?
Hot.
Please stop doing that.
Doing what?
Continue. Go ahead.
And not.
God, is he a moron? Oh my God, he doesn't shut up.
It's so stupid.
Stupid decisions.
Dum-dums. The naughtiest knot of the year.
Oof. Suckfest. Suck sauce.
On the 360 Sports Show.
All right, Christian. Hot and not, ups and downs, goods and bads, pluses and minuses. What was hot for you last week?
Well, I double muted again. Damn it. I just stayed with football. And I went Raiders. I liked what Josh is doing there. I think that team actually could make a little noise. Obviously, it's a tough division, but the talent on that team has gotten much better just since he got there. They paid a lot of money, obviously, for Parker and Chandler Jones, but they have some guys there on both sides of the ball. Their offense could be ridiculous. Unfortunately, Derek Carr is like your weak point. But even Jarrett Stidham looked good. So maybe that's just me watching it through the Patriots lens. Like, wow, we suck, and he's going to be good this year.
Yeah, he was playing the Patriots defense.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, the Raiders, I think the Chiefs are taking a step back. I think everybody's overhyping the Broncos. And the Chargers have this monkey on their back about actually, winning close games and not
big cornerbacks.
Yeah. I think the Raiders have a great shot at winning that division. I mean, they're going to be a playoff team. There's 7 playoff teams. I think they're going to be a playoff team. And they have the potential to make noise. I went for hot this Richard Torres Jr. knockout that I didn't get to see live, and then it was blowing up, and I had to check it out, and so I got a couple of different angles of this. Again, we've talked about this, the barbarism that people enjoy of boxing, of UFC, that we don't always get in boxing. This was as brutal a knockout as I've ever seen.
Nothing like getting your face punched.
No, nothing like getting your face punched. So let's get rid of our overlay here. So here we go. Oh, gosh, this is just brutal. Donk, lights out. I mean, right down. Oh, my. I mean, I just saw, I saw this come across, and it was going viral. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, is this guy alive? Like, that is not good. That is definition out cold. Eyes wide open. That is terrifying.
You don't always see this type of knockout in boxing either.
Oh, I mean, right there. He gets him with the left and then just
combo
bounces the head back. And then the walk away. Thunk, just kind of like, yep, adjust my belt here.
Right hook.
Oh, so that was one view.
That was a hot for you? Jeez, dude, that's brutal.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, this is.
Wow.
That's the one.
I mean, the left looked like it kind of knocked him out. I'm not gonna lie. Before the right came across, right there, he's like knocked pretty much out.
Oh God, I think that's like the lights are going out, and then the right just.
If the left weren't there, he would have gone straight through the back of that. There's no way he's standing after that left hook. And then the right comes in, and then it's just absolutely out.
Donk. Boop. I mean, I had to talk about it. Was I supposed to put this on a knot? You know what I mean?
Well, it is a knot for someone.
Oh, it is most definitely a knot for someone here.
Cool.
But anyways, what did you have on the knot list?
I don't even know. I think I'm just gonna go just because we're almost to football. I'm just gonna go Matt Patricia, Joe Judge. That's my not for the week, and also going forward, it'll just be like invisible not until they win a game, and I'll take them off the list.
Permanently on the not list. I kind of wanted to throw not. I don't know necessarily who to blame, but I think it is definitely a not. It's not worthy. Danilo Gallinari suffering a torn meniscus, playing in a qualifying FIBA Euro World Cup qualifier. Not good. I mean, out 2 months. I guess I'd rather have the guy available in April, May, and June than worrying about having at the beginning of the season. Because you go from, when that happened here, end of August, you get September, end of October. You're looking at somewhere, middle November, more likely than not that he's available. So it's not like you're losing him for a huge chunk of the season. It'd be more about
out, so he's out for the year.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I wonder if, in a way, like Sam Presti's happy over there in Oklahoma. Like good, yes.
Another first rounder next year.
You're
really cooking.
What did
I also like 17 second round picks?
I have to try and go and find it because our friend of the show, Matt Murphy, he did send me a note on that about who they would pick. Oh, where is it? Where is
Good
it?
old Matt Murphy. Already knows.
He says unreal. They're just gonna maybe like Presti. He's like he slicked the floor to make it happen on purpose. Then they tank for Wembayama. He's OKC Thinder with Chet, Poku, and Wemba. Just this slender man team.
I mean, he's not wrong.
It probably will happen. So that was on my not list. I guess I wanted to have this be a hot, but I'll save this for the end of the show. I had one other video I wanted to share. Christian, is there anything else you feel pertinent or necessary to discuss? It's tough. We're in this it is the doldrums right now. There's really
baseball, so no, I'm good.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Boston Ray Sox. We're not gonna.
Season's over, so why talk about them?
Yeah.
Fire Bloom. Alex Cora or Bloom? There's one decision. A quick decision. If you had to pick one right now, go.
Cora.
Okay. That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy. Not going anywhere, though. Sam Kennedy says they're both fine.
Yeah, great. Can't wait till next year.
Can't.
Maybe they can go for a record and win 20 games.
I mean, in a way, the Red Sox like to have, sucky year followed by good year. It's like that's their thing.
No more Bogarts, no Devers, but the farm system thriving.
Is it?
No.
Is it? This what is it? I guess I don't know where WMBD. Where is this? Where's WMBD? Illinois. So this is somewhere in Illinois. Moms get to tackle their sons at practice. This is really cool. Really funny. So hold on. Let's bring this up.
Oh, I saw this, yeah.
This is fantastic. I think this is a great idea. I joked with a bunch of my old football friends. I said this to them. They were like, yeah, I don't know. I'd be kind of worried if this was going to happen to me. My mom would take out some frustration. Some of these are pretty good shots too. I mean, there's some solid contact on some of these. I'll make sure we'll put this out through the Twitter. That's a pretty good tackle too. I think there's one more. Because these all look like receivers, smaller kids. Smaller positions. I think this is the one with the lineman's son. Boom! He's a brick house. I think that's fantastic. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. There was some good form in there, though.
There was.
And you get the sound effects.
There really was. Yeah, Colin in the comment section. Nice form on that tackle. He also has a hot take, Christian. I guess we'll end the show with this. Crazy hot take. The best thing that could happen to Mac Jones is a season, not career, but season-ending injury in this year. Playing through this season might kill him as a quarterback mentally for the rest of his life. Agree or disagree?
Well, I don't know if it's a good thing that he would go down with a season-ending injury, but I will say that he is not wrong because there is precedent for coaches ruining these quarterbacks. How many times have we seen it over and over again? I mean, Burrow came back, which was good, but he almost got ruined in year one because they don't protect him. So we're looking down kind of like, I don't know, maybe Mac Jones not playing is a good thing, whatever fashion that is. Maybe he's just not ready. I don't know. And you can not get injured. I'd rather not see him get injured, but he's not wrong because I think what we're seeing right now can definitely ruin a guy, especially when he had a decent year one, I would say.
I'm going to defer, and I'll answer this question after the first 4 games.
I mean, I don't think it's ever good to get a guy injured, right, for a season ender, but I will say this. I think they need to improve, and he needs help. I mean,
well, the thing is here is like if it sucks, you're not going to bench the guy. You want him to just keep playing, but like, would you rather have him like be hurt and the team sucks, and him not being there kind of is like the excuse? And at the end of the year, people heads still roll, but players don't necessarily give up. It's kind of like what was kind of going on in 2020, where it's like you lost, you were out of it. The team still fought, guys got experience, but it wasn't like if Mac plays and they're losing, it's just going to be so hard to, I think, keep it on the rails and for it to be beneficial, for those reps to be beneficial at all. So I don't know. That's the human element to this. Like I've said, if they start bad, I don't think Bill would fire those guys midseason.
No, I don't think so.
That's never.
I don't think he'd fire them at all.
Has he fired anybody in the middle of a season? Not that I can recall.
I mean, they've never needed to.
Right.
They've never been this bad, or seemingly this bad.
Well,
since he's been here,
it will certainly keep things interesting.
I mean, they need to. What they'll have to do is just dumb it down, and hopefully that helps the O-line, because I think that's the biggest key is the O-line.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is going to do it for the show. A quick show this week, but again, not a whole lot.
Next week too.
Not a whole lot going on. Christian, next week we can do picks.
Yeah,
we can start doing picks.
You know, that won't add any less quickness, but that's okay, because then the week after that, it's football full swing. You know.
Yeah. So, thank you for those who tuned in here to the live show in the doldrums of summer here. We're getting to football season. We're almost there.
Vacation season.
Vacation season. Yeah. That was July. But if you missed the show, want to rewatch the show, you can subscribe or follow on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Or you can subscribe to the podcast through Sounder FM or wherever you get your podcasts from. To never miss a show and take it on the go. So that'll do it for Christian Lauber. I'm Andrew Pizzelli. Have a good night, everybody.